How to buy a home in Mexico using a mortgage. Mexico definitely ranks as one of the best places to travel for and own a vacation home, as many foreigners would agree. Anybody can own properties in Mexico, except for an area of 100 kilometers along the borders and 50 kilometers along the coastline, called the Restricted Zone, which is reserved for ownership by Mexican nationals. However, foreigners can own a property in the restricted zone through a trust called fideicomiso in Spanish. How does the process of buying a property work? 1. The first steps work mostly the same as everywhere else. Finding a property that suits our preferences and budget, and then making a potential offer on it. This should be done with the assistance of a broker or realtor who has experience in dealing with foreigners and possesses a good understanding of local laws and their associated requirements. 2. Depending on where the property is located, the process then can vary. If the property is not within the restricted zone, then we simply need to request a permit from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores. However, if it is within the restricted zone, in addition to the permit, we would also need a fideicomiso to be able to acquire the property. This can be made through a trustee. Only banks have the permit to form a fideicomiso. They specialize in assisting foreigners to buy properties in these kind of situations. 3. Closing of the deal and payments. Once all the required documents are gathered and in order, a local notary must review them and complete the necessary processes and documentation. After all the necessary steps are completed, the property is registered in the Public Registry of Property. Subsequently, an updated title of property is issued. In addition to the cost of the property itself or any associated loans, the new owner is also responsible for local taxes, registration fees, notary fees, title insurance, among other expenses. Remember that the process of buying a property or land is regulated at a state level in Mexico. While some procedures may be identical in all states, others may differ. How does a fideicomiso work regarding the restricted zone? While technically a foreigner can't be the legal owner of a property in the restricted zone, the law allows the creation of trusts involving the property to grant its use to a foreigner. In simple terms, the fideicomiso is a legal structure similar to a trust handled by a bank or financial institution that grants the foreigner trustee all rights and responsibilities of using, selling, leasing, mortgaging, and entrusting the property. There will be ongoing obligations to the bank, including annual fees, sending written notice if there is plan to sell or transfer ownership of the property, among other things. This trust lasts for 50 years and must be continually renewed. But if the owner were to become a Mexican citizen, the trust is then voided and they can directly own the property. Buying a home in Mexico as a foreigner requires careful planning and understanding of the process, from securing financing to registering the property to ensure a successful transaction. In Llave, we offered you mortgages and assistance in the process of buying a property in Mexico, with a fast and simple process made entirely online and personalized attention. Visit llave.mx/crossborder and find out how much can we lend you. Llave, the mortgage of the future.